everyone, and welcome to Arteagan Weekly Bread, your spiritual board meeting. I am your Madam President of the Arteagan, Natalee, spelled Natalee. Feel free to stay for all of the psychic, tarot, and astrology reports. Feel free to skip ahead as you are guided. I hereby officially call this meeting to order, and I am knocking on the Dolly deck. I haven't brought this out in quite some time, so I'm really kind of I'm excited to get into this. It's just so interesting. So, right into the President's Report. President's Report, my lovelies. There's so much to be excited about. There's so much to be looking forward to. I mean, my headlines for all the 12 signs for my monthlies on Patreon is Avalanche of Blessings, because it's like every single week there's a rollout, there's something good, there's something being almost like an energetic, like a valve being released, and we're just going to be getting more and more and feeling better and better. So I know what I said. I know I said that the last half of the year is going to be more difficult than the first half, but you're stronger. You're stronger. I mean, we had those, oh my God, we had all that Cancerian energy. We had that Mercury retrograding Cancer. We had obviously everything happening on the world stage, which that's going to ramp up. That's going to get really crazy. But we're going to focus on you. We're going to focus on you creating your own world and, you know, creating your own reality, what's right in front of you, what's nearby, and most importantly, your internal balance here, okay? So, excuse me, we're still in this full moon in Pisces energy, and my goodness gracious, if there's something I want to say in my President's Report, it's that I was actually, please don't judge me, I was in the air at the exact moment of the full moon in 10 degrees Pisces, and it was just so interesting because I was actually meditating. I was actually meditating in the air with my eyes closed, and she told me, she goes, sip your Sprite. I had a little Sprite, and I had my little snickety Scooby snacks. So I opened my eyes, okay, so I sip my Sprite. I have like a little snickety snack, plus little pistachios. And then I look out the window, and there it is, this big, beautiful, gorgeous full moon in Pisces. And it was just so magical and divine. And I stared at the moon from the plane window for an hour. That's how, I mean, I just took in all of those moon rays, all of that moonlight, and what came over me in just wave after wave was gratitude. Of all things with this Pisces full moon, it was gratitude for who I am, and for how far I've come, and for my physical body, and for all of this stuff started swirling in my consciousness, that they were very close calls. The very close calls that I a lot of like forks in the road where I could have just not made it this far, either spiritually, psychologically, physically, and so I was just really, I felt everything release. I felt all the pressure, all of the I don't want to say worries and stresses, but it just felt like everything was just sort of like lifted and released. And maybe it's because I was like actually in the air with the clouds, but that's how it felt. It was such a magical moment, and it was boundaryless in the very healthiest way possible. So it was gorgeous. So we're still in these beautiful moon rays. There's still this full moon energy, and it's a good one. It's a good one. This is a portal full moon where you are closing the door to some things, and you are sort of making the way to step through into the future, into ultimately 2021. And that's what the new moon's going to be about next week. But we'll get to that. That's going to be a really fantastic new moon. Really, really, really. But while we're in this portal still, we also are still in the Syrian Stargate portal that I talked about August 8th, and around that time, that portal is still open till the new moon in Virgo. And this is a lot of light. Just think of it that way. You should definitely Ecosia, Sirius, the fixed star Sirius, and the Syrian Stargate, and you can get into the nuts and bolts of it. But really, I want you to think of it as a lot of light, a lot more light. It's our spiritual sun. It's so much bigger and brighter than our actual sun. It's just sort of super duper magical. So we're still in that. And so like all these different things, all these different beautiful machinations are happening. So that's why I'm really like happy and excited to get into this. Okay, President's Report over. Let's go into the astrology. So on Sunday, September 6th is when we have Venus entering the sign of Leo. So go ahead and vogue in the mirror, vogue on your way to the car, vogue and just feel sparkly and, like a little pop star or something. Just go ahead and, because this is the time when you are feeling better, first of all, because Venus had a lot of tasks that she tried to get done through her time in Cancer, and those oppositions to Saturn, Jupiter, Pluto, squaring Mars, and just trying to smooth over those kerfuffles of that Mercury retrograding in Cancer. And she's really happy to be in Leo. It's so much of a relief, so this is the time when you will feel more empowered and more confident in asking for what you're worth, and saying no to any people or situations or jobs that are trying to get away with treating you less than what you're worth, less than what you deserve. And that's some of the wonderful things that, speaking of the Syrian Stargate and 8-8 and all that jazz, of this Leonine energy is having a healthy functioning ego and having healthy self-esteem. Because when we're insecure and we have low self-esteem, it makes us vulnerable to exploitation. It makes us vulnerable to accept less than what we deserve. So we need Leo. We need Leo in our charts to say, no, that's not good enough for me. I deserve to be a priority. I deserve to be number one. I deserve that, so with Venus and Leo, everyone's, there's going to be somewhere in your chart, somewhere in your life where you're going to feel more empowered to say, nope, no. That's not good enough. That's not good enough. It's just not good enough. You're good enough for you is you. It's not good enough for me. I'm going to walk. I'm going to see if I can get appreciated elsewhere, or, through another, whatever it is. So use that energy, look at your chart, see where that's activating, because you can go to that area of life in your life for appreciation, for nourishment, for good feelings. So yay. Okay, on Monday, September 7th, we have the waning moon in Taurus. Let's see, Tuesday, moon's void of course for a little bit. Then the moon enters Gemini, which is where we'll have our waning, losing in light quarter moon in Gemini. And I'm already in 2021, but this is going to be another adjustment. This is a crisis in consciousness where you are going to, you could have had visions at this full moon in Pisces. It was an extremely psychic and paranormal few days for me. I mean, it was like, okay, it was just like a lot of downloads, a lot of information, a lot of visions, a lot of everything. So you could have had insights into your future, or insights into, or just, even if it wasn't that strong. I mean, I'm a psychic, so it was super strong, but it could have just been manifesting in you as an intuition, as a feeling that you needed to pay attention to and really see what it's trying to show you. Because remember, with this Leo energy, Venus is sort of like taking the torch and carrying it through. Because August with our moons and our Leo energies, it was about following your heart. It was about advocating for what you want. It was about getting to know what you want, something opening up for you, something closing out. It was sort of like ricocheting, or referring back to 2017 August of the Leo eclipse. So it's like, this is just like the principle in astrology, that things are cyclical, that things come back around, but when they do come back around, it's always finding you in a different place than where you left it, because you are evolving, you are growing through, a previous cycle. So even though the energy comes back around to this area of your life, you're different. You've grown. Or at least you've been through some experiences that have given you a different perspective on the same issues, on the same things. Okay. I digress, I'm sorry. Wednesday, September 9th is when the big day happens. This is when Mars stations retrograde in the sign of Aries, 28 degrees. Now, we've all been talking about this a lot, and I encourage you to watch and absorb and take in as many different interpretations of this energy as you are guided, because that's one of the things I love about astrology, is that everyone has different intuitive interpretations, and they can all be useful to add to your database, to add to your bank, because some things will trigger, some things will resonate, and it's like the more that you take in, and the more light workers and the more spiritual individuals that you can support in doing so, the better. So this Mars stationing retrograde in Aries, what I'm feeling is that it's very karmic. It's very much a return, especially because of the square to Saturn. It's very, very karmic, bringing up some conflict or some frustrated ego, frustrated desire from the past. And this is from now till about January 3rd is when something can be settled once and for all. Whether that means severing connections with people, whether that means healing rifts and arguments and points of conflict and points of, this isn't working for me as a reader, and resolving it to move forward together, or resolving it and moving forward separately. This is a time when you get like another chance to kind of do it over, because when Mars does resume direct motion, that's when you will be given that, like, okay, go ahead. But it's like the universe is just making sure that you work this out first, and with everything else going on, yes, absolutely. Now on that, also be careful of repressed anger and emotions. And let me take a look at it's all buried under cards. Hold on. Sorry. Taking a look at the chart here. Who's going to have it a little bit? I feel like the fire signs are actually going to do kind of okay with this Mars retrograde. So if you're Sagittarius and Leo, I feel like that would be a little bit easier. I feel like the cardinal signs, Cancer, Libra, Aries, of course, and Capricorn are going to have a much more difficult or intense, let's just say this, more intense experience of the next few months. And then because Taurus, this is your 12th house, so that could be a problem for Tauruses. Risings and suns. For moons, it might be like an emotional, like something you just don't see or notice, and then Mars retrograding is going to bring it to your attention, bring it to the surface of your attention and awareness. But I digress again, my goodness gracious. So on that same day, on Wednesday the 9th, not only is Mars stationing retrograde, and when a planet is stationing, they're like at the height maximum of their power. That's also the same day that the sun will trine Jupiter retrograde in the sky. So it's like Mars is maybe getting kind of super duper frustrated, or there's some sort of return of an argument, a return of a situation, a return of something to deal with. But at the same time, with the sun trining Jupiter retrograde, it's like it's trying to give you a gift. There's something to be gifted and like capitalized on. There's something beautiful happening at the same time. So a spiritual perspective really does go a very long way to diffuse conflicts that are just not worth it. And that, I'm a little early, but it segues into my download, and I'll get to that in the psychic report. But the download is that you've got bigger fish to fry. So for this Mars retrograde in Aries, you'll see a return. You won't have to look hard. You're not going to miss it. It's going to be like, you're going to see a return of an issue to be resolved. And not just like with a person or in a situation or at work or whatever, but like in yourself. It's really in yourself. And when you look at it in terms of like the biggest picture, the biggest spiritual picture, and it's up to you how far you want to zoom out. If you're really what's that called? Like a political junkie, where you like read the news all the time and you're like super plugged into the, not the Matrix, but like you're super plugged into, I'm getting Robert Redford, when he was filming The Great Gatsby, he was so obsessed with the Reagan stuff going on that it kind of affected his performance in The Great Gatsby. He was sort of like tuned out. But if it's like that for you, and then zooming out even further than that and looking beyond politics and looking beyond the invisible lines that we divide as nations and what people do, and taking that the highest spiritual perspective, or if it's you're hyper focusing of something in your personal life or private life, kind of zooming out a little bit and looking at what's best for the family or what's best for your tribe. What's best for your, your vibe attracts your tribe. And it's like, what was it? The Saturn and Aquarius video I did, I was talking about how tribes are going to break apart and different tribes are going to come together. And that's still going to be happening for the rest of this year and into next year. So it's another important shift. It's another important part of your story. So this Sun trining Jupiter retrograde will bring in something good for you. It will bring in a blessing. So look out for that day and just try to remember to respond instead of react. Because anyone who is being aggressive right now, anyone who's being Mars, it's definitely going to blow up. It's definitely going to blow back in your face if you try to get away with anything, if you try to hurt anyone, if you try to attack anyone. Because Mars is the warrior. Mars is like, I'm going to burn down the village, So if you try to do that, if you try to run roughshod over anyone, it's not only is it not good to do normally, but it's very low vibrational, but it's just going to be even more intense of a blowback, even more intense of a universal karmic sort of consequence. And I want to tell you this in case anyone's doing that to you, that they may not even understand the fullness of their regret until early January. And so it's like they can go on for this next couple months attacking you or attacking your business or attacking your family or attacking your friends or you personally or whatever, however it may be manifesting for you. And you need to be Saturn. If that's happening to you, you're here to resolve this once and for all in the appropriate, universally sanctioned way. And you're going to need to be Saturn. And what you'll need to do is to formulate a strategy, formulate a plan, and take a lot of space, take a lot of, a big step back from the situation so that you can be more thoughtful in your response and that you're not trigger happy and that you're not like your adrenal glands are. And I'm just going to say this. I have my Mars in Aries. I'm a Mars and Aries woman. So I'm totally embracing this transit because I'm calm and happy, and I know that I almost feel like this past year of my life, this crazy year of my life, that I've been doing all this like spiritual service for the channel and for my querents and for my patrons has been to gear me up for this Mars retrograde so that I can handle things like a big grown-up Capricorn lady or something. So I'm embracing it. I'm not letting anyone, hijack my peace. And that's the very best of myself that I can give to you, is to encourage you in that direction, because that's so Saturn, and you really want to be Saturn. I mean, you don't want to be righteous. You don't want to weaponize morality, because no one likes that. Just like the universe doesn't like snitches. The universe doesn't like universe doesn't like that. So don't do that. Really focus on your own peace, because what you put your focus and attention on is what creates your own reality. And remember, I think I put this on my Instagram story today about cognitive biases. Cognitive biases are shortcuts that we all create in our brains to just kind of move life a little faster. And a cognitive bias is one of them, is that you will search for something to reaffirm that bias. So if you think negatively about a person or a situation, your mind will automatically look for things to reconfirm that bias, whether that's positive or negative. So that could be you to someone else, that could be someone else to you. And just be aware of that. Just be aware that people are going to you know, we're lucky here that we have the benefit of astrology, that we have the benefit of the tarot, that we have the benefit of our spirits and our spirituality. And the people that are being Mars, they may not have that kind of benefit. They're just like little puppets, just being surrendered to whatever's working on them at the time, and they're just like saying what they think and they're just acting, taking all these wild actions and not really thinking them through because they're not able to control those impulses. They're still going to learn the lessons because they're still going to encounter Saturn, who's going to be like, you know. But wow, I'm really chatty today. I guess I really missed you guys. So on Thursday, September 10th is when we have our quarter moon, our waning, losing in light quarter moon in Gemini. And so this is all syncing up together Wednesday, Thursday, with Mars stationing retrograde, Sun trining Jupiter in Capricorn, with this Gemini and quarter moon, with this crisis in consciousness. There's going to be something that comes up for you that you do want to change. You're closing something out. This is a continuation of the full moon in Pisces energy, where you are going to experience a shift, and you're going to, maybe some of you even jumping some timelines here, where you can make really great progress closing out that chapter, so that a week later on the new moon in Virgo, the new moon in Virgo is going to give you the green light to something that you may have tried to get going in February of this year, maybe like the end of February, but you were not able to, and you've been stalled for all of these months, or even before then, you know? So it's like, close out what you got to close out now, because I'm telling you, the universe is trying to give you lots of blessings. So on Friday, September 11th, happy birthday, Mom. My mom's a Virgo. My mother is September 11th Virgo. I love her to pieces. My favorite person on the planet. On September 11th, on Friday, the Sun will oppose Neptune retrograde in the sky. I don't know why I say in the sky. Obviously, it's in the sky. Anyway, so this could be one of two things, and maybe even both in some cases. This could be illusory pitfalls. This could be like my little mini headline for that. Or this could be like a divine soul union. It's like the castles in air are going to just like crumble, and you're going to say, wow, I can't believe I like that person, or I can't believe I was in that relationship. The rose-colored glasses just get ripped off your face. Or it's like, wow, my soul is of their soul, and our soul is from the same freaking, like, I'm seeing the harvest in the Matrix, the bodies, like how they're in the first Matrix, how they're like little batteries, and those crops. It's like we came from the same soul crop, and you know, we're one of a kind. We're two peas in a pod spiritually, and it's like, oh my God, this connection is so incredible, so unique, and so divinely perfect. How could it be? How could it be? So some of you are going to be experiencing this like very divine love, and some of you are going to be like, whew, dodging bullets, just like the Matrix, dodging bullets. Whew. Okay, so that's Friday, the September 11th, and then the very next day on Saturday, September 12th, the moon is waning in Cancer, but that is when Jupiter goes direct. You guys, Jupiter goes retrograde for 4 months every single year. Okay, fine. But what he does when he does that is prepares us to receive these blessings when he goes direct, making sure that we don't miss them, so that we don't block our blessings, so that we don't take these blessings for granted, so that we don't, you know, otherwise mess it up. I'm getting this Jim Morrison quote. He said something like, I have the soul of a clown that makes me blow it at the worst possible moments. Like totally felt like that in so many parts of my life. Like, oh my God. But it's like that, like Jupiter retrograde is making sure that you are able to internalize and adapt new experiences that you're having to create a new perspective, a new way of you making sense of the world. So when Jupiter goes direct on Saturday, this is more part of my like little avalanche of blessings that I do in the monthlies. That's like a lucky break for someone, for some people in some cases. That's a lucky break. That is something that is coming through, like I said, and also able to, sorry, I'm just like super playing with my, another build, like another step onto something that's getting going for you, especially with a few days before with the sun trining the sun trining Jupiter at retrograde, and even the sun opposing Neptune. Like if that's working super duper spiritual for you, or some sort of like soul union, soul connection, Jupiter direct is like, now, like you look at the world, and it's going to be in a different area in everyone's life. I go through it in the monthlies. It's the Nights tier for my Patreon, but it will move things forward again, and it will start to hand out these blessings. It's like, okay. So that's on Saturday, September 12th. And then Sunday, the 13th, it's just waning. The moon is still waning in light, losing light, void of course, till the morning. And then the moon will enter Leo. And then on Monday, September 14th, we have the waning moon in Leo, but we also have the sun now moving into a trine with Pluto retrograde, you guys. This is deep structural changes, perhaps even to your ego, or wherever the sun is shining the spotlight into your life, where you're able to, at the same time, kind of like burn away some things, because that's what Pluto does. Like the death card in the tarot is just like, the way I talk about it is that he shows up at your door, the angel of death, the skeleton in armor, and looks around your house and says, you can tell me what to take out, like the trash, or I'm just gonna do it for you. And it's like, well, whatever can be changed, whatever can be destroyed by the truth should be, right? So it's a little bit like that, but I feel like it's going to be way positive with the sun in such a harmonious, easy connection to Pluto, that it's something from the past, but it's something that you're ready to release. You're ready to stop carrying this burden. You're ready to stop carrying this baggage. You're ready to just let it go. Let it go. Bigger fish to fry. Okay, so that takes us to Monday the 14th. Let's go ahead and dig into the psychic report. So the psychic report, it's bigger fish to fry. It's this energy of self-mastery and being able to Bruce Lee your life, basically. Being able to control yourself, control your environment, control your reality, control your world through your own behavior, through your own thoughts, through your own feelings, and it's like just being under your own direction. So let's move on into the tarot report, because I'm feeling kind of excited for this. I can't really shuffle these. I usually shuffle, I usually do this and then I kind of just pull one. So let's get one for you. A dork. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 of cups. This is the 10 of cups. Wow, so you're happy. Yay. 10 of cups. Some of you are really happy with another person, and I'm feeling like I just watched This Means War with Tom Hardy and Chris Pine, and it's like, it was funny because earlier in the day I saw a meme on Instagram about, does anyone else's boyfriend have a boyfriend, like their best friend that they kind of are always with and stuff? And that's kind of what I'm getting with this card. I'm feeling like this is way more than more of a friendship than this is. I feel like it's more of a friendship than it is like a romantic relationship. But take this as it resonates. But what this feels like is someone that you just like laugh with. Like you guys just like laugh and 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 laugh. Lots of laughing, lots of playing, lots of play, lots of like your soul gets to just like be itself, express itself with this person. So that's you. Who else are you dealing with this week? Oh my gosh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow. 10 of Swords. Okay. So someone maybe like not so happy for you. It's not these two. This is you being happy with someone somewhere. It could be even like a parent or like a sibling or some kind of, I'm sitting on like all these pillows. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm a Cancer rising. I apologize way too much. Oh no. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, you guys. I have to, I'm sorry. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. I'm so sorry. Okay. So this person is going through a major transformation. They're letting go of something. They're having an interesting week because I feel like this is sort of like the Pluto, what we just talked about. Maybe it's this person that you're in a great, like maybe it could even be for some of you that you're experiencing a lot of happiness in the connection, but they're going through something privately. For some of you, it can work out that way. El Mago, the magician at the very bottom of the deck. And you know, you are all magicians. You can all make something work. You can all change your reality. You can change your relationships and your work situations. And you know, you're never stuck. Saturn might make you feel like you're stuck, but you're not. That's just not the case. You just need to plan and strategize what you really want and what's really worth the sacrifice. Full moon in Pisces about sacrifice. What are the sacrifices that you are happy to make for what you love, for your life, for the people you love, for, you know, whatever it is for you? And what sacrifices are you ready to let go of? And what burdens are you ready to let go of? Maybe you assumed responsibility for something that you just no longer feel is your responsibility anymore, or you want to let it go, or you want to take on a different responsibility, what have you. You know, you can absolutely, and actually the new moon in Virgo is really interesting because there's this, hold on, let me grab it. Just really quick, hold on. Yeah, this new moon in Virgo squares the North Node. This is the chart for the new moon. It squares the North Node in Gemini, which is about taking in information and keeping an open mind, but it's like a course correction. It's about staying open to options in regards to what your destiny looks like, and maybe even changing elements of your destiny, and maybe even adding, you know, a little something else to your destiny. Or it's like, it could even be that a new, maybe like not a new destiny, I don't want to say something like that, but it could just be, you know, the sign of the twins. It could even be like dual destiny, or like two destinies, or like just like another part of your destiny, or just like another, it's opening up something new is what I want to say about where you're going. And it could cause some conflict and tension, but this is the green light. So if you're given this green light of something that was not able to go and really move this year, you're going to want to go. You're going to want to do it. So let's go ahead and I want to elaborate. Let's get more information on this 10 of Cups, on you over here. Now, if the roles are reversed and you're going through some, oh my God, then that's you. Then you're 10 of Swords. This is so like opposite though. Let's take a look. Oh yeah. Okay. The Hermit. Interesting. I feel like you could either be downplaying your happiness, like you don't want to look too happy because you don't want someone to pick on you or people to pick on you or try to take you down and, you know, take down your vibe type of energy. You could be searching for this happiness as well. Like, what does make me happy? Do I redefine happiness? What does it really feel like? Does it feel the same? Oh, I like this a lot. I really, really, really do. Let's take a look at the 10 of Swords. Virgo energy, actually. We have the King of Swords. This is really, really good. This is someone able to make sense of their pain, to make sense of, this could even be making sense of something that was so mentally exhausting, that was just like, I can't take it anymore. And you're just like, and it's over. But it's because you did it. You put this end to it. You're making a head over heart decision. And you are saying, you know what? This is not, thank you. She's giving me bigger fish to fry. That you're, ooh, this is fun. This is like you or your partner or someone else you're dealing with this week. They're looking at a situation that used to be so like under your skin, but like mentally. It was so like what's that called? Like a bug in your head? No. Brainworm? I think it's brainworm, where it's like it was a brainworm and then you're like, I got bigger fish to fry. I'm letting this one go. And you do, or this partner does, and they just like, boom, gone. Let's get an energy between you two, you and this person. Now, this would be actually really awesome if you guys are like working together, or, you know, because it's like this person's probably getting more grateful, you know, like really finding that gratitude, finding what makes them happy, understanding what makes them happy, and then eventually being able to communicate that successfully to this other person. And this person is able to clear out the mental clutter of what's a priority, what's not a priority, what's worth stressing about, what's not worth stressing about mentally, and they're able to let something go. So I feel like you're both really kind of evolving in a even way here. So let's get an energy between you two. What's going on between both of these? Ooh, we have the World. Ooh, we have the World. We have the King of Pentacles. Oh. And the Two of Cups. Two of Hearts. Two hearts that beat as one. Hold on. I just have to. I'm so sorry, guys. Hold on. I'll be right back. Hold on. Sorry. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Again. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I'm just gonna cut this out. I'm just gonna edit this out. Sorry. I do all of my own everything, like all of my editing and the admin and the emails and the website and like Patreon and YouTube, everything. I do it all. So, okay. I'm sorry. I'm like the Bridget Jones of YouTube. So we have the Two of Cups, the King of Pentacles, and this beautiful World card. So this is wonderful. This would be really great for those of you who are married, because it's like you're both cleaning your side of the street, and that's always how I talk about it with my Aquarians. You know, because usually it's like one person cleaning their side of the street, but then the other person they feel like is not cleaning their side of the street, and there's where it's like, I'm disappointed, I'm let down, and it's like, or even in friendships or, you know, familial relationships, there could be people taking each other for granted and not cleaning their side of the street or trying to get away with whatever. But that's not what I'm picking up here. I'm picking up here two individuals who are doing their own inner work. One has to really figure out, you know, happiness and how to really, truly, and authentically, intimately share with another person, because the Ten of Cups is having been through all of the Nine Cups and the Ace of Cups before then, learning emotional maturity along the way so that they can successfully share their emotions and receive emotions from an intimate connection successfully. And this other person, it's very mental, totally mental. Two sword cards, King of Swords, Ten of Swords. Someone here just had to get, oh, I'm actually getting Scorpio with this. It's a, I bet you any money. Give me a second here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, Scorpio, your third house has just been hard for years, because that's your third house of communication and the mind. So that's not going to be for all of you. That's maybe a couple of you, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising. But this is this energy of like a mental discipline of being able to communicate and think independently, and even philosophize and hold your own, and do so in a way that is not going to burn the village down. That's not, because, you know, that's your ruler too, Mars. So Aries and Scorpio can be having a little bit of a, you know, with this Mars retrograde transit. Sorry. So this person is getting a hold of it. They could also be Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising. That it's like I'm getting like this. I'm seeing that's kind of creepy. I'm seeing like a lot of army, like a big army, but it's not. It's like Uruk-hai, like Lord of the Rings army, And it's like you're marshaling your energies, your mental energies, whoever this is. And guys, learn lessons for both, you know, but just like take it in, absorb these lessons. So I'm so sorry, 39 minutes. I'm so chatty today. So this mental person's marshaling their mental energies into a King of Swords kind of way. And they're able to make these decisions and cutting things out that does not serve them in the long run. It's very strategic. I feel like this person could also be Saturnian. Because they're setting themselves up for a future success is what I feel, is what it feels like. And what's going on between you two with the World and the King of Pentacles and the Two of Cups, it could be even a third person that brings you two together, or a third person that it's like they give you I don't know if it's, I don't think it's like a third wheel type energy. It's like something about this King of Pentacles is so solid and stable and secure that I'm just getting like the tie that binds. What's that Johnny Cash song? I think it's Ring of Fire. I keep my eyes wide open all the time. I keep the ends out for the tie that binds. That's what this is. Okay. So this is like your Johnny Cash person who's like, they're solid, they're stable, they're consistent is what I'm picking up with this though, more than anything else, is that this King of Pentacles is someone or an influence that's very consistent. Like they don't change, they don't fluctuate, they're just sort of solidly there. And they're there. It could even just be someone like your accountant or your banker or something, or just like a someone like that, someone very financial. But either way, it's like they're taking the two ends of the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Swords, and they come and they just like tie it up. Keep me on. Just like that. Wow, I feel like this was like the reading. And then look at you, we have the Hierophant at the very bottom of the deck. So I feel like if you have been stressing about a connection with someone and this resonates, where you're either mentally getting yourself together, or you are finding your true happiness and like, you know, getting closer with, being able to be close with other people in like a very intimate, like a truly intimate way and connection, then this could be something that resolves for you. It might come back up on Wednesday, you know, with the Mars retrograde, especially if there were, conflict. If you two were not able to be a successful relationship together in whatever way, shape, and form that is, it could be because you two had your own respective issues to work out, and there's something really nice, or I really feel like it's a third person that somehow brings you two together. This is a pretty straightforward reading, so I'm gonna go ahead and get Oracle for you guys. I have been just chatting on and on and on and on. So we'll see what the oracles have to say about this. I feel like with the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Swords that you and this person have, I feel like this is kind of a long-standing issue. This could have been something that is taking quite a while for both of you to kind of come around to, and both of you to kind of resolve privately, individually, on your own. And now is the time to come together. What advice do we have? Let's do for each person. So let's do this person first. Ten of Cups. What's the advice for the Ten of Cups? Oh, there's a lot for you. Okay, so you and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer energy. There could have been something significant happening around that time. The energy is gaining momentum. Waxing moon energy. Emotions are running high. Super moon energy. And then a time for healing. Balsamic moon energy. So emotions are running high is kind of sticking out to me, because this person is showing up as 10 of Cups. So that's a lot of emotion. Someone does have a lot to share emotionally, or even just like a lot of receptors to receive good vibrations and good emotions. And, whatever that blockage was, you're going to figure it out. You're figuring it out, over time with this Hermit energy. And you're getting more momentum in terms of just getting closer to like true intimacy is what it feels like. Okay, let's take a look at Mr. King of Swords and the Ten of Swords over here. What's the guidance for this one little card? You're very close to achieving your goal, so that's good for you because King of Swords, oh, adjustments are required. I'm going to take that one because this King of Swords is a strategist, excuse me. And something just wasn't working. Like all these 10 swords, it's like they just exhausted themselves trying to get something to work, maybe a round peg in a square hole type of energy, but it's like they're stepping outside of that. They're stepping outside of like a small little focus, and it's like they spent that mental energy. It's blown up already. It's like, you know, and that's the adjustment is to, it's like it's almost like looking at the wrong thing, focusing on the wrong thing, or you know, it could have even just been that this King of Swords needed a change in perspective. It's a mental adjustment for sure. So once this happens with this King of Swords, then they realize how close they actually are to achieving their goal, and that it's not really, it didn't need the type of mental energy that he or she was giving to it before. I hope that makes sense for someone, at least one person out there. That's what I'm getting. Okay, let's take a look at this beautiful reunion, and you know, this is so karmic with the world, very Saturnian also. And it's divine timing. This is a time, it could have even just been a timing issue that you and this person were not ready to be together or to get the best out of the connection, whether that's platonic or otherwise. So tell me about this, the guidance for this King of Pentacles. It's time to release negativity, full moon in Scorpio energy. And then on the bottom of the deck, we have it's time to take action. So for anyone that resonates for, it's time to take action, new moon in Aries energy and then full moon in Scorpio energy. You are the stable person, or you are the King of Pentacles in this situation. That's interesting that came out for this middle person. This, you know, he does have like the little Taurian little icons in the back there. This could be someone who could grab the ends and tie, but maybe they had made a judgment on the union, and that is the negativity that needs to be released. That's interesting. It's time to release negativity, full moon in Scorpio energy. This could be Saturn for some of you. This could be like that stern father that disapproves of a connection or a marriage or some kind of, you know, union coming together. It's like, no, you know. But it's not, it's negativity. It's a negative thing. So, okay. Let's do one overall from my oracles, the Nataleenian oracles. Let's see. Ooh, it's kind of a lot. Save it for a rainy day. Catch a falling star and put it in your pocket. Catch a falling star and put it in your pocket. Save it for a rainy day. It's from Love Actually. Okay, that was downloaded to me. So you have a few different cards here. You're going to hate it, then you're going to love it. Keep growing. So this is kind of like going to feel uncomfortable or just unpleasant. Like you're just not going to want to release negativity. You're not going to want to heal. You're not going to want to make this mental adjustment. It's going to be something you might even resist, but you're encouraged to just keep growing. Oh, yeah, making Christmas. It's a feeling. Making Christmas, making Christmas. This is about, I feel like this is for the Ten of Cups person. This is about making Christmas in your heart and creating that feeling within yourself, that generosity of spirit. because Christmas isn't about like the biggest tree or lots of gifts. It's not about any of that. And that's the thing here, is that like emotional harmony and true emotional happiness and sharing with another human being has nothing to do with anything you can buy. It has nothing to do with that. I get it all. Okay? So, this could even be someone who has 10 of everything and they're still unhappy and they're still griping and they're still upset. And that demands that hermit energy that they go within, because, they might be, like no matter what, they would be unhappy. So there's that. Ooh, very auspicious energy, quantum tunneling. You can pass through a barrier others cannot. I love this card because it's exactly that. Quantum tunneling, being able to pass through a barrier that you shouldn't be able to pass through, or that others cannot pass through. I'm feeling the portal energy with this World card, to be honest. There's something about this that is 2021, very 2021. So something could be happening now that you don't fully understand, that you have to just go with the flow, and you will know after January 3rd. You'll know after this year. You'll know after mid-November. You'll know after all of that shakes out. But you, especially on this full moon in Pisces energy, you definitely are asked to trust and to surrender and to soften those edgy boundaries between you and source, between you and your God, between you and spirit, you and cosmos, you and universe. Relief, thank you. And you will have relief. You will feel better. When you surrender all of that, when you surrender the pressure of, your destiny, or the pressure of starting a family, finding love, getting your business super duper multi-billion-dollar successful, and like all of that stuff, when you just let it go and you go spiritual, the relief that it provides. And that's what I'm getting with bigger fish to fry. Like there's actually 3 individuals I'm channeling here. These 3 individuals are all going to have a moment where they realize that there's bigger fish to fry, and they put down this petty small stuff. One of them, it's about like emotionally connecting with another person. One of them, it's about like mental overwhelm. And then the other one, it's about releasing negativity. Relief is available to all of you. Okay? And then last but not least, Chalice Waters. This is a funny channeling. I think I channeled this like in June. This is when she showed me the Queen of Cups inside her chalice, and it looks just like this. That's why it's called Chalice Waters. It's like deep, deep, deep emotional waters here. And I'm getting like all of these cups. Like there's these 10 cups over here, and then there's the 2 cups. Like each of them have their own little thing. This is like the best friend soulmate card too. So again, this could be through friendship, and then there's like an interesting third person here. It could be like a third friend that kind of, bing, But Chalice Waters is really about that emotional maturation and the process of individuation that every single person as a unique individual goes through on their own in order to reach a certain state of emotional maturity, so that you're able to enjoy certain relationships, so that you're able to enjoy certain emotional experiences that you just can't enjoy until you go through your own process, until you go through your own process of maturation. Let's move on into, is that it? I think that's it. Oh my gosh. If you're still watching, hey. Okay, so that concludes the tarot report. I'm trying to think of any like old business, new business, correspondence type stuff. With Patreon, feel free to hop on, hop off, toggle up, toggle down. I am just grateful that I can be of spiritual service to you guys in any way, shape, and form. And I know that those needs fluctuate and change according to your changing energy. So if I can serve at any point along the way, I'm very happy and lucky and grateful to be able to contribute to your spiritual growth. Let's see, what else? I mean, That's kind of it. I guess I'm just rambling now. Oh, I'm on Instagram. Watch Natalee. I'll follow you back. I know it's an easy way to make people happy, that people like to have a lot of followers. So if you have like a private account and I request to follow you, I'm not trying to be weird. I just like automatically follow back. That's that. All right, guys. I love you and I miss you, and I hope that you're doing well wherever you are. And I hope you have a really beautiful, wonderful week ahead of you. And just remember, whatever comes up, you do have bigger fish to fry. And I don't like that expression because it talks about frying fish, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. You know how it goes. So take very good care, my loves. And until next week, many beautiful Jupiterian, Martian, Saturnian blessings upon all of your beautiful heads. Mwah, darlings.